Hi, Joanna. Thank you so much for joining us
Um,
again. Smack in
uh,
the middle of all of your celebrations, huh? Yeah. Um, so we're talking about today resurfacing.
yes, more global word is, you have the button on when you scan is the term texture. What
Oh,
is it?
yes.
What does it mean? What do you want to focus on when you select this button? What is the signification behind this little word?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's a part of the answer, Lori. But it's just a part. That's the subject today is to understand what it means really.
Yes. Sorry, I spotlighted the wrong person there. All right. Well, good. Well, take it away. I'm excited to learn about that category.
Okay, but first, just try to make like a definition to make the contest. Okay, skin texture is the visual and tactile quality of the skin. Uh, it's linked to pore size and the uniformity of the surface. There is the two things in globe in this world. Um, what I want to exchange with you today is a little bit to understand uh, why we select some ingredient for Abby, for example. What is the story of the skin texture in the modern beauty? Because um, for centuries, beauty was mostly about color and glow. Okay, ancient ritual in Egypt, in Greece, or in Japan focused on lightening, brightening, and softening of of the skin. Okay, the smoothness was very admired by people in this time, but nobody really spoke about texture as we do it today. Okay, that all changed in the middle of 20th century when dermatology and cosmetic began to overlap. Some dermatology, some doctors discover how the skin renews itself and how ingredients like fruit acid or vitamin A, for example, could actually reshape the skin surface. And suddenly, it was not just about covering imperfection. Science showed us that we could really make the skin feel and look smoother. And this changed the way the focus in cosmetic when we select ingredients. Um, Everything started in 1960s, 1970s with the AHA molecule. Okay, dermatologists discovered that glycolic and lactic acid could really accelerate the cell turnover. And they studied for psoriasis, for example, and they quickly become popular in cosmetic for smoothing the skin and refine the pores. Everything starts with this discovery. And after, in 1980, it was turn of retinoid. Okay, the prescription retinoid, like for some acne, roughness, and of course photoaging. Um, it's all the tretinoin, okay, all the retinoid, and the discovery that the vitamin A, because retinoid are extract from vitamin A. It's a derivative, sorry, it's a derivative of the vitamin A. And the discovery of that, how can I say, remodel skin. They understand that those molecules can actually remodel the skin. And
Oh, remodel or like remodel the skin?
yes,
Okay.
remodel,
Okay.
yes. And
You say
and
it
and
prettier.
at this time, with retinoid, we looked at appear the term, the texture improvement. It's the first time that we see the term texture because of texture improvement when they discovered this action of all derivative of vitamin A in 1980, 1919.
Wow.
And after that, in 1990, there in Asia, Japanese and especially Korean brand popularized the pore refining toner with mask, with serums, with so many um, uh, and at this time, brands, like Estée Lauder, Lancôme, L'Oreal, shift their message and covering, they work in their marketing some message, and then texture become a really part of the youthful skin's promises at this time. It's just to understand that there is some scientist discovery and some marketing message that move century after decenny, no, not recent century, decenny after decennies, and make this world um, with some representation for people. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So then in I don't remember how we say this year, the 2000 year in English, it's correct.
I don't
L'an
know either.
2000,
Yeah.
l'an 2000, okay. It became like a globalization of beauty trend. And then we put the pore care and the refined texture at the center of the action to take care of your skin. It was first inspired by Japanese and Korean beauty routine. Um, and really the idea of, a glass-like, glass-like skin, soft, even, poreless, uh, at this time really spread worldwide at this time in the 2000 year.
Mm-hmm.
And really an even texture become uh, like a, you know, a sentence that people instantly recognize thanks to the mix of some marketing message of big brands, and the discovery of some ingredient and their action. on skin. For example, niacinamide, which is known today very very well-known molecule. It's only in 1990s, okay? It's the research revealed that the vitamin B3 derivative, because niacinamide is a derivative of the vitamin B3, could reduce the pore visibility, regulate the sebum, and thanks to this action, smooth skin. And then it becomes like a hero ingredient for refined texture. We are involved in a society where marketing and cultural turning point make us celebrate some ingredient, okay? Supermodel, and so many things that we 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 saw around us on TV, on social media, and so many things. And everyone saw they, they, they they saw through selfies, video calls, or so many way. Uh, the Of course, we have the HD culture now with the social media, with all the video, and now we have I, I'm we have some definition on your smartphone, or thanks to IE work, etc. That makes some importance that the texture become very visible in your photo, in your video, and all that makes sense for people to focus on this skin need. Because of you understand, it's because of the high definition of the camera for selfies and for video on social media. The filters also change everything, so people start noticing every little pump or enlarged pore on their screens. You understand? And then really now texture become one of the top concerns, the right up, and sometimes more than wrinkles or dark spots. So and we have this high definition progress, and at the same time, cosmetic science was exploring some ingredient very specific, biotechnology active ingredient, the peptide, the plant ferment. You see, you have some discovery of science discovery in 1980 that was not for this purpose first. And then, because of the cosmetic industry and some marketing of some brand, that makes that supplier of ingredient in cosmetic become to focus on research to find good answer for people in cosmetic for this purpose. Really, it's like it's like a shift up that happened, like a crossroad, okay, of science and marketing. The science provide um, uh, some ingredients that make you able to change the skin surface, and the marketing made it like aspiration and visible thanks to celebrity campaign, some HD social media filter, and all that makes sense today that skin texture has become, it's like a synonym of skin quality. Now, I think that for many people, have a good skin texture, it's about confidence. How your skin looks and feels up close in real life and on camera. In cosmetic, skin texture refers to the appearance and feel of the skin surface, um, to the touch and sight. And it's a key concept because it influences the perception of the skin's beauty and hair. And this is so very important for people. But it's necessary to understand that um, texture, it is defined by several criteria. Of course, there is the surface regularity, okay, is that we call the smooth skin, but it's also the softness to the touch, and it's also the luminosity and the reflectance of your skin. So if I just try to summarize, skin texture in cosmetic is the set of visual and tactile characteristic of the skin surface, and that determine whether the skin appears smooth, even, soft, and radiant. Um, if we want to try to make a simple image, we can compare skin texture to the surface of a fabric. When it's even and smooth, it's like, silk, soft, shiny, and pleasant to the touch. When it's uneven or marked, it's more like proper proper linen, like a rough canvas. It catch the light less well, and it's less silky to the touch. Okay, it's just to make you an image in your mind. Um, it's like a sheet of paper. Okay, a fine skin texture is like the smooth paper, and it's very important to understand this image, because I want to try to make you understand that working on the skin texture can involve the application of very cross-cutting ingredients. It can be hyaluronic acid or collagen, which strengthens the structure of your skin. You know that now because they are essential molecule for the extracellular matrix, of course. Or and it can be targeting um, other virtue more precisely, such as imperfection, wrinkles, or pores, by choosing ingredients such as niacinamide or firming and wrinkle specific ingredients. So in Abbi, you will find solution to focus on texture through many different ways. In lab, we select them for you. You just have to choose the bottom texture. We make the job after that, depending of the
You.
result that you can, depending of your age, depending of so many aspects. Okay, but it's not uh, in the back. The AI don't check many results of the scan to choose the ingredient. Okay, it's cross because of what I tried to explain just before.
Mm-hmm.
In DIY, you will select, if you want the global aspect, you will select the number 6 because it's the collagen. You can select the number 5 because of the caviar and orchidea extract to the renewal of the cells. But you can also select the 7 to focus and work on the appearance of the surface through the firmness of your skin. There is so many ways in the DIY. And for in the in-store, you can choose the pose of niacinamide if you want to focus on pores, or you can select retinol or Q10 coenzyme for global and anti-aging focus.
What was it? Niacinamide, retinol. Which retinol? The 0.5 or the 0.2?
The zero point 0.2
Oh,
is more concentrated, so the action will be more on wrinkles. For the global skin texture, the 0.05 can be sufficient.
okay. More global. Okay, what was the third one you mentioned for in-store?
In store, the niacinamide, the
Yeah.
coenzyme Q10, and the retinol.
Okay, what was that last one? Can you spell that? Are you catching it,
The,
Lori?
the
I
coenzyme,
thought she said the
Oh,
coenzyme, the Q10.
yeah, you got it. I didn't. All right,
I
thank you
did
so
because
much.
I hopped up and I'm making it right now because Anita, I have listen, I'm not playing around with this stuff. I hi. I made the one for my neck because you were the one who said to me, Laura, you have this. Like if your neck needs something different than your face, make a cream for your neck. So like I've been doing that thick rich one down here, but I do have a lot of pores and I'm sorry to take over, but I do have a lot of pores. So I got up, I'm making one right now for my face.
Yeah. I mean, like these calls are so inspirational. I'm taking
They
notes.
are.
I already know how I'm going to start my training video on what I'm going to do, like my
Yeah.
reel that I do every week. It's like it just is so exciting. So, Lori,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how you like it.
I know I'm going to take extra pictures of the specific spaces where I think I have pore issues are right here, which nobody's surprised. And then I have sleep apnea, so I have to wear a sleep mask. And I think sometimes that gives you an extra thing that you have to combat because that keeps air on your face all night.
And, and I just sold a complete system to my coworker who has a mask, and she feels like she's getting more wrinkles because of the way her mask is like pushing on her eye area and her face. So,
Yes.
like, that is something really good to bring up.
It is. I think everybody's different about a sleep mask because I don't have mine super tight on my face, but the way my mask is just here. Whereas some people have a full face. It's a whole nother thing. But you have to think about that in external environmental stuff that is different for other people because in the middle of the night, because my body stops breathing, I have this constant kind of air. And so you have to take that into consideration with what you're going to do for your skin based on that extra stuff.
Wow, what a good marketing angle. Because
We'll
so
see.
many people have the
Yeah.
mask. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, so exciting. Thank you for sharing that. All right, back to our regularly programmed. Sorry, Joanna, but that was really good and really
Oh,
enlightening.
it's a pleasure to listen to for all that. No,
Oh, it
no.
was so
So,
good.
thank you, Lori. um, I see in comments, everyone seem to know that niacinamide have a particular um, action for the texture. But please don't forget that for texture, behind this word, it's, you know, one word, texture, but different path for. So maybe your skin texture need to be worked for the pores. But niacinamide will have action only on that, concerning the balance of your sebum regulation, etc. But you can have other way and skin concern concerning the skin texture. If you take the global definition of this, you understand what I mean. Um, you can work on it on different way. And if you try niacinamide for 1, 2, or 3 months, and you see that there is no effective effect, maybe for your skin is not the good way. Try other way to work on your skin texture, because the 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 more important is the global result on your skin, the softness of your skin, the luminosity of your skin, and it can be more effective with the collagen. It can be more effective with some antioxidant ingredient, etc., etc. Texture is not only pores. Pores are included in, but it's not the only thing. So think about if you see, and this is really my recommendation in very general. If you focus on some skin needs and some result that you want, and you try an ingredient or focus on an ingredient, and you see week after week that the result is not there, make sense in your mind that maybe it's not the good way for these results that you attended. And feel free to change and try something. Because for texture, as so many things for the skin, general rules to follow remain the same. First, please clean and exfoliate. It's very, very important to smooth your skin. And if you want to focus on the texture, of course, exfoliate, because remove dead skin cell and stimulate cell renew is a key element. And of course, here, how the exfoliating cleaner provide the double benefit in just a single application. You have a gentle cleaning without stripping, and you have a smooth and regular, a gentle exfoliating action. So in just one product, you can clean and exfoliate with an action to remove the dead cell skin and to stimulate the cell renewal. This is very important for all skin and for every day. And the second rule that makes sense is it rates and protects, because strengthens the skin barrier and prevents with antioxidant ingredients is very important. For the skin barrier, you can go through hyaluronic acid, you can go through glycerin, panthenol, aloe vera, all make sense. But it's necessary to have a global skincare to stimulate the cell renewal. It can be the retinol, as we say, in the in-store range, but not only that. For the texture, for example, in the in-lab range, we have an active ingredient extract from the cotton. It's a plant that the name is Acanthus. Okay, well, it's just an example. This ingredient helps with epidermal reconstruction, and through its restorative and restructuring property, and because it works in this direction, it's a beautiful ingredient for the texture. We have select ingredient to refine and tan the pores, of course. And of course, you have the niacinamide with the pods, direct niacinamide with the pods in the in-store. But once again, there are lesser known, it's correct in English, ingredient. It's like, you have
unknown, yeah. Like
less known,
an unknown ingredient?
unknown. Yes,
Okay.
yes. And we have in the in lab too. It's an extract of Achillia millefolium, and it was in the active concentrate 9.2. It's 100% natural ingredient and is an real hyperdermal differentiation activator. It's like a skin biosurfacer effect. So for the epidermal correction, it's just amazing ingredient. But not also, we in substitute of niacinamide in the in lab and in the in lab only range, we have an ingredient which is a combination of iris extract, vitamin A, and zinc. And this biotechnologic ingredient is, like a three-in-one skin refiner action. And the several studies attest of its effectiveness. So, of course, you have epidermal correction. It's really, I know that we are very known ingredients that are make sense during some marketing attempt, but don't forget that each skin is unique, and the right way for you and for your skin at this moment of life, it can be through an other way to resolve and to be helpful for your skin texture.
I love all of this so much. We are already like running out of time, Joanna. It goes by so quick. Do you have some more stuff to cover though? Like we're running out of time, but do you have more?
No,
Do you have
yeah, please.
I was just ready to say, do you have more stuff on more things on your notes to continue with or
No, I just want really that each one can very be very open mind about other way to take care of their skin texture, because it's a global world and really different path for action for this. So if you see that you try an ingredient, popular known ingredient, and you see that it don't have any effective results for you, don't make on your shoulder, oh, maybe I didn't do that well. No, maybe it's just not the right way for you. Try another thing, because this skin needs is very global, and the best is to find for your skin the really original element that is necessary to your skin to resolve this. Don't be sad or, oh my God, I will never have a well being skin. No, it's possible for everyone. It's just maybe not the good way. Try another one.
yeah. Awesome. Okay. And I have a question. So for the mix at home, the DIY, you suggested number 6, number 5, and number 7. Now I know with InLab there is a niacinamide base. So what base, like, is there one base you would recommend to use with this if someone really wants to focus on their pores? And even in store, what base, like, do you recommend with that? Mhm.
But that's in this. Okay. First, in the in lab or DIY, because it's the same formula. If you want to add the the work on pores, it will be the velvety mattifying, which is correspond to the arnica and niacinamide. Then you can have this ingredient, and you can add more action with the collagen and the caviar and orchidea extract, or the number 7, or in the in lab, it can be added to ingredient that we select specifically for the texture on the base niacinamide. But if you need also, you remember we say that it's very important first exfoliate, clean, and hydrate and protect. So the apple stamp base, which is the velvety, just velvety, have this action. Antioxidant ingredients are very important. And you have in this base, you have also the, the ingredient protection against pollution, an ingredient specific for that. And this is very important to protect. So it will be different. It will be different of the second action you want. Okay, but this base or the other one can be very suited for this purpose. And the store, in pods when is that when you apply your skincare, you have pleasure. This is very, very important to be compliant with your skincare. So please don't forget the pleasure. Never put your skincare, oh, it's not a problem. It's good for my skin. No, 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 no. First, you need to have pleasure. And then you can read some specific. If you did, oh, I love this, and oh, this texture is good for me too, etc., etc. And then you make the second choice by thanks to this ingredient or this ingredient in the base. Yes, never forget the pleasure. Is the first important. But if just let me take the presentation of the cabs, but just to be sure, I think that in store the texture is focusing on this. But if you add the niacinamide and the retinol, the 0.05 or 0.2, because of their concentration in the pods, you are very, very good in the skin texture. But if just let me 2 seconds to find presentation. Of course, I don't have it here. And yes, it's
And
here.
Joanne, I just sent you a note too. I would love to schedule a specific in-store product training meeting. We've had our talks about the machine and how to use the machine and clean it and that stuff. It would be really good. And I know it's not something that we're going to be able to cover in just an hour, so we could call it a workshop. But let's talk. Let's
Yes,
talk call offline and see what we
of
could
course.
arrange for that. Yeah.
Yes, with pleasure. It's the in-store depend not linked to the machine itself. It's a very specific concept. So of course it makes sense with pleasure. I think that my problem is that is in French, so I don't remember the term that you have in your US. The smooth, you have a smooth pods.
Do we have a smooth? Yeah. Janet's saying the light base cream is what
Gentle,
it's telling
gentle
her.
one, gentle one is the term.
Yes. Lori's saying yes.
The
Yes,
light,
yes, the light. Uh,
light. Light, like not heavy, but light.
Yes, the light, and you have a second one that the name is gentle. No, two,
I don't,
the both.
I think so. And then there's one that's
Pictures.
serum.
Yes, yes. What I can recommend is to have a base that is not too heavy. And for me, they are it's important to select this base not too heavy. So for me, it's the
Yeah. Not the rich cream.
no,
Right.
no.
That's the one I use at night on my neck, but I don't want that on my face. So I use the light on my face, especially in the morning. But at night, I do the rich cream, and I don't do it right before I go to bed because it is super heavy. And with the face mask, I do it at least an hour or so before I go to bed. So I'm not undoing the work of the cream with the mechanics of the mask. So
Exactly.
there's the emulsion, the cream doche, cream rich, the serum, and then I think the light. So I just use the light one.
Perfect. The
Okay, don't
most
worry, we
important
all want the
is
link to that container.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fabulous.
Yeah, can you share it with us where you got it?
Yeah, I will. It's just
Yeah.
Amazon.
Sweet. Okay. Excellent. Well, one thing I really, when you gave the analogy of wanting our texture, like how does your skin feel? Is it like a soft silk or like a hard denim? Like I love that analogy and that what our goal is to feel and look like silk with, just the
Yeah.
smooth, shiny, and the soft texture. So I really appreciate that and how you shared that perspective, Joanna. That was amazing. So, all right. Well, we really need to wrap it up. Does anyone have any like real quick question for Joanna that is applies to the texture? Are you guys ready to go continue on your day and educate and create some good content to educate?
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it then. Joanna, we love it. And a reminder, you guys, we are not meeting next week. That's what holiday is it for you, Joanna?
no Rosh Hashanah just come. It's a Kippur. It's the
Oh, Yom Kippur, or
exact.
however. Okay. All right. Excellent. And then, so next week, no meeting, and we will miss you. And then the following week will be when we switch the meetings to Wednesdays at 4 Eastern. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much. Enjoy. We'll see you back in
Thank
2 weeks. Less than
with
2 weeks.
Thank
pleasure.
you, Anita.
You. Thank you for
Thank
being here.
you.
See you
Thanks.
soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.